Hey YouTube, today we're going to be doing some desoldering of some caps here. So a little bit of additional context. I have some of these HP thin clients that I put together with Windows 98, and some of them have some capacitor issues, and they don't even power up. They either sometimes just show a little bit of activity and then they power down, or nothing works. And what I've noticed is that they tend to have an issue with this cap right here. And so I'm going to start by removing that cap and replacing it with one of these guys, which is an identical unit, and then trying it out and see what happens. So I have this desoldering gun here that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to use that. I've already done it for another one here. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So it's wiggling because it's still attached like that. It's not soldered in yet. So as soon as I solder that in, I'm gonna be able to power it up and see what happens. I'm not replacing these other ones because physically they look okay. So I'm not gonna be replacing these. This is a 2200 microfarad 6.3 volt capacitor. So I'm gonna just replace the one that looked physically bad, and see how far I get with that. This one, all it did was the little LED here turned on and nothing else happened. So we'll see. All right, so I'm waiting for this to warm up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. Okay, so here's the board, and the cap that I'm going to be replacing is this right here. These two connectors, these two leads, I mean. So I have the desoldering pump heated up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit of liquid flux, some of this stuff, onto the board there to improve the process here. All right, that just helps keep the solder flowing and makes the job a little bit easier. Prevents the wet, the solder from building up into a blob, basically. So I went ahead and pushed the pump there, and now I'm gonna go ahead and desolder. All right, so I see the one there was done, and I'm gonna go ahead and pump this again. And I'm gonna do that a little bit more. I didn't warm it up again. Wiggle it around, suck it out. You can see here, let me take you closer there. You can see here, this is the capacitor that I need to remove here. So I'm gonna go ahead and wiggle it out, and you can see that one leg right there is moving. This other one on the left needs to be desoldered a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get the desoldering gun and wiggle it a little bit more to loosen it up, and then that should do it. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, I need to do a better job there. Let me see. Okay, I'll suck it out, and hopefully that worked. Let me see. Yep. And here's the cap. It's a 2200 microfarad, 6.3 volts from Sanyo. Cool. So now what I do is I'm gonna get one of these out and prepare it. All right, this is the new cap, and one thing to keep in mind is if you're ever doing this, keep in mind that these are polarized. That means that one is a negative and one is a positive. And make sure that you insert it using the indicator here, this line. As you can see, that the line in the old cap was pointing in this direction with the white section. So this motherboard here, you know, has this guide here. They color coded it so that it's the white side coincides with the strip here, and that dictates the polarity of the capacitor. And then you just put it in there, kind of separate the leads like that so that the capacitor doesn't fall out. And now it's ready for a little bit of flux and then some soldering. So that's what I'm going to do next.